Alan Solar here, the Passive Income Guru, and this video tutorial is about creating your broadcast and exploding your Atlantic business. So this is the exciting part. You've gotten through Evernote, you've gotten through uploading or downloading a WhatsApp to your computer, you've installed it. And now what we want to do is we want to broadcast a message to your contacts. And this needs to be done in a very systematic manner because network marketing is a very high-touch industry. Although Atlantic is very high-tech, network marketing is high-touch. That means people like to be touched physically. They like to have meetings. And we're going to try and avoid that by this very simple strategy that I've worked out, which is working. Okay, so when you do your broadcast message, you need to be very strategic. Okay, so a broadcast message is basically you sending out a message to hundreds, if not thousands of people at the same time. But remember that people don't like to be on a list. So we need to be sending this message out in a way that it's generic and doesn't look like they're on any list that you're broadcasting. Okay, so let me show you how we're going to do that. Firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a broadcast. So on your phone, as you can see here, on let me just move this if I can. Okay, so on the phone, you can see here it says broadcast list, okay, in the top left hand corner. So what we want to do is we want to click on that broadcast list, okay, and then in the bottom of the phone here or somewhere on your phone there'll be a button or an icon that you need to click where it says new list. And what we want to do is we want to create a new list. So over here, this is where we want to be adding people to this list. Now each list can hold, as you can see under the recipients, it says there 0 of 256. Now that means that this list can have 256 recipients. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start adding people to the broadcast list, and we're just going to add some random names. Okay, so I would add everybody that is in your contact list. Doesn't matter if you know them, you don't know them, you can't remember who they are, you've lost touch with them, you haven't spoken to them in 5 years. Here's the key: don't judge anybody. Okay, here's the scenario. Imagine you were friends with somebody and they became an acquaintance. You hadn't spoken to them in 3-4 years, but you see them on Facebook and you see them posting. And you see that they've got an ordinary life, and 6 months later, all of a sudden they're starting to buy toys. They're buying new watches, clothes, they're traveling all over the world, they're buying new cars, they're looking at like $1 million, and they're looking successful. And you're thinking, how did they get successful? Okay, and you contact them and you say, what's going on? I see that you're having the most lavish life. What's going on? And the friend says, well, I've joined this thing and I didn't think that you'd be interested in it. So how would you feel? Would you feel judged? Would you feel that they had passed over your name and that maybe they thought you weren't good enough for that opportunity? So the bottom line is don't judge anybody, okay? Because you don't want your friends to feel judged, so don't judge anybody. Show everybody. This is an amazing concept that can just change people's lives. Okay, it's for them to tell you they're not interested. It's not for them. It's not for you to judge them, to say they're too rich, they're too poor, they're not techno savvy enough, they don't have a big database, they're not driven. It's rude. Okay, so let's just show everybody this opportunity. They'll tell us if they're not interested. Remember, we're not selling here. Network marketing is a sorting game. Okay, we're sorting people from people that want to do it from people that don't want to do it. We're looking for motivated people. That's what we're doing. We're just sharing a concept. We're not selling anything. And that's something, a psychology that you need to get into your head. Okay, so let's start adding people to this broadcast list. Don't brush over any names. Okay, not good enough, not worthy for my business. Unless of course you hate them and you don't want them in your business, and of course they're going to sap your energy. Those people we don't want in our team. Okay, but let's show everybody this opportunity. So I'm gonna start clicking on names. Okay, I'm just gonna click. I'm gonna create. I've got some blocked people here, obviously. So let's just go down and let's start clicking. And I'm gonna create a group of 256 people. And when I've done that, I'll resume the video. Right, so as you can see, I've got 256 people where it says under recipients, 256 of 256. I'm ready to create my list. So in the top right-hand corner of the phone, it says there create. And now I have created my list of a broadcast of, it says here 249 people. Not 100% sure why it says that. So if we scroll down to the bottom, okay, we can edit the list again. Click on edit, and it says there 249. So let us just add some more people to this list to make it 256. Right, so there we go. 256 people have now been created. I'm going to add them to my list. I'm going to go back where it says to messages, and as you can see there, I now have 256 people in this broadcast. Okay, so now I'm ready to send a message to 256 people. Okay, now when you send this, I would make sure that you've got a little bit of spare time where you can actually answer these people, because we got to love on these people. We've got to show them that we didn't just send a message and then disappear. Remember, people don't like to be on a list, so you need to be quite strategic here on how you do this. Okay, and before we do that, we're now going to go back to Evernote. We're going to start creating our scripts for this broadcast list. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to create some scripts, and then we're going to get back to showing you exactly how powerful this is. Okay, before I create the script, so I have created the script, but before we go any further, what we want to do is we want to give this broadcast message, this broadcast list a name. So in the top right-hand corner, next to the broadcast list that you've created, there's a circle with an I in it. Just click on the I, and where it says list name, just give it a list name, and I'm going to call mine Atlantic. And we'll say broadcast from A. Okay, so that I know where I've got my contacts from. Great. So now that I've got my contacts in the top left-hand corner, there's an arrow to the left. Just click on that arrow, which will take you back to the broadcast. Okay, click on the broadcast again, and now we're ready to send the message. So let's go back to Evernote. Okay, we've created my broadcast messages, and these are your options. Okay, in your first message, you can just say how's it, okay, or hi. If you don't say how's it and you say hello or howdy, make the language your language. Okay, it doesn't have to be my language, but stick to the concept. Okay, so you need to personalize the wording that it suits your personality. I mean, you don't want your friends to start thinking that you're weird here, okay, because I speak differently to the way you speak. So tailor-make this message so that it fits your personality. Very important. So the first thing you can do is you can say how's it, and you can press enter. Okay, and then you can wait for their responses, and then you can go on to message 2. Alternatively, here's another message number 1. You're going to say, how's it? I got an amazing concept to share with you. I think you're going to love it. Can I share it with you? Okay, that's a generic message. It doesn't look like they're on a broadcast list. Okay, and add some personality. Put a favicon there, emoticon. So that that people can see that you're excited and you really want to get this thing, you want to share it with them. The third message is, how's it? Would you be interested in earning a passive income of between 4% to 7% per week from an investment? Okay, This is a very dangerous message, okay, because it's very network markety, and it's sort of like giving people the goods, before they even see like what's going on. Okay, so what that means is that you sort of like telling them what the concept is about, and leaves yourself open for a little bit of scrutiny. Not sure what's going on. Sounds like network marketing, and you don't want people to be asking you questions. Okay, can I share it with you? Over here is a simple yes or no answer. It's yes or no. What's it about? That's a yes question. So, still not giving too much away. You don't want to be explaining to them on WhatsApp what this is about. Okay, it's like when you invite somebody to a movie, you don't tell them what if you've seen the movie, or like what it's about, or you give them like highlights. When Ster-Kinekor or the movie houses advertise a movie, they give you like snippets of the movie. They don't give you like the whole movie. Okay, if you're like explaining this over WhatsApp, you're not inviting them to see something, you're presenting. And that's what we want to really get away from. We want to get away from you presenting. Okay, that's what you see. If you're presenting on WhatsApp, they have an opportunity to judge this opportunity without them seeing the full presentation. All we want to do is we want to get them in front of the video. That's what we want to do. Okay, so the less you say, the better. So you need to be very careful and decide if this message is what you want to do. Alternatively, we can do how's it? I've got an amazing project I'm working on. I thought of you. I think we can do it together. I think you're going to love it. Can I share it with you? Okay, that's showing quite a lot of love. That you want to do this project with them, you want to involve them, you thought of them, and people feel special. Okay, that's the ideal message that we're going to send. So I'm going to send this message to the broadcast list, and then we're going to see what's going on. Okay, so let's open up WhatsApp. So I can't do it over there, so I'm going to do it in my application. Let's just go over to Atlantic Broadcast. I don't know if it'll come up. Okay, there it is. Okay, I just want to see if this is the right one. No, it's not, because we said it was from, we called it broadcast from A. So this is not the right one. This has already got information in it. So it's not calling it up. So the only thing that I can do is I need to do it from my phone. And I'm going to send the first message, which is how's it. So I'm going to go back go back over here, and I'm just going to say how's it. Okay, that way, oh, I can't do it. I have to do it on my phone. So let's do it on my phone. So I'm just going to say how's it. So now that I've said how's it, as you can see here on WhatsApp, it's now popped up. It's now populated on my application on my computer. Okay, so now I've said how's it. So now I can go back to Evernote, and I can paste this message over here. Okay, that message that I've decided to send. I got an amazing project I'm working on, and I thought of you. I think we can do it together. I think you're going to love it. Can I share it with you? Okay, so we're now going to paste that message into and now this message is being sent to 256 people. Okay, 256 people may get this message, and they may not get this message. Now, the reason they may not get this message is for various different reasons. Reason number one, your phone number is not saved in their phone correctly. Your phone number needs to be saved in their phone in the international format. So plus country code, then your number, excluding the prefix 0. So in my case, my phone number is 076 457 7444. Most cell phone numbers start with a 0. So when you enter the international format, it is the country code, remove the front 0, and then the rest of the number. So in my case, it's +2776. As you can see, I've removed that 0. Okay, so now as you can see, this message has been sent to 256 recipients, which is absolutely great. And over here, you can start seeing that these are the people that have started to respond, okay? Now, your phone's going to start lighting up, okay? And people are going to start saying, how's it? So let's see what happened. I said, how's it? He said, cool. I said, I've got an amazing project. Then I've got this one. Same story. No, let's go to someone else. He said, I'm in a meeting. This guy, hello, Guru, what's up? So he got the message. He's saying good. I sent the message in my second one. So nobody knows that they're on, okay, a list, which is great. So here's one dude, okay, and he's saying okay, which gives me the opportunity to share the next message, which is fabulous. So we've got a bit of traction. Now we've got a bite. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the second message, and here's the message. This is pure passive income investments. Check it out. Okay, so let's actually we're gonna mix the message up a bit, and I'm gonna put some more information in. Cool. So I've mixed up the message a bit. If you want to make a sustainable passive income of 4 to 7% per week, then watch this video. Click the link below, enter your details, and then watch the video. And I've put my link of my landing page, which is an advanced training. If you want to know more about what the landing page is, then click on the link. It's how you guys were introduced to Atlantic. You went to my landing page, you filled in the details, and you go into an automated email sequence, which helps me to follow up with my prospects. An amazing tool. If you want to know more about that, just WhatsApp me privately. The next thing, enter your details on the page, and then you will have access to the video. By the way, it is nice to meet you. So I'm going to remove that. I know who they are. I'm looking forward to mentoring you. So let's let's leave that in. I'm looking forward to mentoring you. Let me know when you are done watching. Okay? Again, always ending with an okay so that we can get yes or no answers. And then, so what we're going to do now is we're going to copy this message. We're going to go back and we're going to paste it to him individually. And he's now going to watch the video, and I'm going to know when he's finished watching the video. Okay. Now, during the day, after you've sent 256 messages, you're going to get lots and lots of responses. Keep calm. Your phone's going to light up and go ballistic. You're going to have 20, 30 people respond to you, and you can just respond to everybody in a timely fashion. Keep your head. Don't get, frustrated. Don't panic. Just calm the nerves. Do this systematically and methodically. Take them through the process. Let them watch the video. Okay, and then follow up, follow up, follow up. The fortune, people, is in the follow-up. Okay, the fact that they didn't get back to you or means nothing. Maybe they didn't watch the video. There's lots of reasons why people get distracted in life. We run such busy lives. Okay, jobs. We got bosses that came in. We had to click out of WhatsApp because the boss walked in, needed a cigarette, needed a bathroom break, needed lunch. Kids came in, spilt coffee on the table, and life gets in the way. I mean, it is what it is. Life is very, very fast these days, okay? It's not an indication of rejection towards you or the product, okay? So what you need to do is you need to go back and check in your, on the messages exactly who has responded, who hasn't responded, and how we know if they've seen the message is by the 2 blue ticks there. Okay, so now I want to teach you something really, really clever. Let's go back to my broadcast. There it is. Okay, so now I was saying to you that some people may get your message and some people may not get your message. And the reason they don't get your message is because their phone number is not saved in your phone correctly. So if you click on the banner, it will take you to everybody that's on your list. Okay, and what you need to do is you need to click on every single name and you need to go through and check whether they got your message. Now, as you can see here, there's 1 tick, which means that the message hasn't been delivered. Now, there's a number of reasons why the message has not been delivered to him, and the reason being is because 1, The phone number is not saved correctly in his phone. 2, he's blocked you. 3, his phone is off. Okay, those are the 3 reasons. And what you can say now is you can say how's it separately. Okay, so if most people, they've got your number saved in the international format and the message will go through. So there you can see my phone number is not saved in the international format in his phone, as you can see, because when I sent the how's it straight from his name, it went directly to his phone. It has been delivered. I can see that there are 2 ticks. 1 tick means not delivered. 2 ticks means delivered. Okay, and when it goes blue is when they've read it. That's how you know when somebody's read the message, which is great. So you can see exactly like what's going on. So let's go to the next one. Let's click on the banner, and let's go to the next one, and let's see again. Hasn't seen my message, so let's just contact him privately and see if it goes through. Again, it's only 1 tick, which means that either I'm blocked or his phone is off. Let's do a third one. Click on the banner. And yes, guys, this is a little bit of PT, but it's well worth it, I can assure you. Also, 1 tick, how's it? Okay, and now I've got it. There you go. So the message has gone through to his phone. Okay, so a lot of people on that list don't have my phone number saved in their phone, and if my number's not saved in their phone, then obviously they're not going to get the message. It just doesn't go through on a broadcast. That is how WhatsApp has prevented spam from happening on their platform. But these are not, I'm not spamming these people. These are people that I know. They're in my network. I've done business with these people before, and maybe, you know, my number's just not saved in their phone. So what you need to do is send out your broadcast, wait for your phone to light up, create your scripts, and you can copy my scripts. I've pasted them on the website, and use those scripts, tailor-make those scripts to suit your personality. My cat's got hay fever, as you can hear. It's quite funny. And launch your business. Okay, do it this way. That means you don't have to go to meetings. You don't have to meet people personally. You send out 256 messages in the evening, spend 15 to 20 minutes going through the broadcast list, seeing exactly who received the message, who didn't receive the message, you know, and then send them private messages, you know, and it's a good way to check, you know, to get your message out to, if not 256 people, maybe 30 or 50 or 100 or maybe 150 people in a very, very quick time frame. Now, if people didn't receive your broadcast message, what you can do is that you send them, you check in your broadcast to see who didn't get the message, okay, and then send them a private how's it. I've got something exciting to share with you. Send them the first message over here, and then wait for their response. And if the response is positive, then you can send them this very clever message below, which is, before we begin, read the below. You will be missing out on key mentorship as my number is not saved in your phone correctly. Please save my number in this format. Obviously, change that phone number to your phone number. The reason to save my number in that format is because I do broadcast messages, and if my number is not saved in that format, you will not get mentored. Make sure it has the +27 before my number and not in the 076 standard format. Let me know when done. Then I can move on to the next step. I will not bombard you with messages, so do not panic. Save me as obviously your name. Let me know when you have saved my number. Is that acceptable? Let me know when you have saved my number. Okay, always ending with either a question or a statement of fact. Okay, so over here, this part over here, they know who you are because they should be your friends in your database. This message was specifically tailored for when I do my advertising on Facebook and Twitter. So you can just leave that message, this specific part up with your name. You can leave that out. Okay, that's a very good way to get people to actually save your number in the correct format. Then they're on your broadcast list, and then you can start like following up with them in a mass format. Okay. I know I've said before that people don't like to be on a list, but in this instance, with this, it may be worthwhile because to show them that you are an expert, you're an expert in the industry, you're very busy, and you do broadcasts to mentor lots and lots of people, and they may put you on a pedestal and hold you in high regard. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Get started on your broadcast list, send the message out, and let's get people into your business as fast as possible. Let me know if you've got any challenges. I'm here to help me. You can WhatsApp me or you can email me, and I'll see you on future videos. You know that I'ma do it right.